We are here in Newport Richey, Florida, home of the first ever Survive the Challenge. We have gathered 9 contestants to compete in a series of challenges.
How y'all doing, world? I'm Mark Superman Kent.
Hi, my name is Carissa. Hi, my name is Christy. I'm 22.
My name is Jackie.
I am a hairstylist.
So I'm always down for any kind of challenges, playing any kind of sports.
This is an individual competition that forces players to work together as a team in order to move further in the game.
My name is Danny Morse. I am a medical device representative.
Even though we're playing against them, like, you know, you gotta love the enemy sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Don't keep yourself calm. Mistakes are going to be made.
I just put in my 2 weeks at my job, trying to figure out my life.
There are twists around every corner. The only way to guarantee your safety in this game is by winning challenges. If you don't, you could be at risk of being voted out.
My wife is actually in this game, and it's Destiny.
This sounds bad, Danny will kill me, but I almost wanted to vote Danny out.
So I feel like it's kind of just going to be up in the air, to be honest.
I'm here to have a great time and I can't wait to see what's gonna happen.
There are 9 contestants, 5 challenges. 6 will be voted out, who will vote for our one winner. This is Survive the Challenge. Come on in, guys! Welcome to the first inaugural season of Survive the Challenge. You guys have been carefully chosen to be our competitors for this set of challenges. Now, throughout this day, we're going to have you guys competing in several events. You will compete to earn safety at our team evaluations. At team evaluations, we will have to vote off players to end their game. At the end of this game, there will be 1 player left standing who will win our $350 prize. That's what you're all competing for today. We're excited to have you out here. Now, before we get to our first challenge, we're gonna have to pick teams for our first challenge. I'm gonna ask you all to pick a rock. All right, last but not least. I'm gonna ask you all to stretch your hand out with the rock closed, hand with the rock in it. And then go ahead and turn your hand over, reveal your rock. If you have the yellow rock, then you are going to be one of our team captains. If you have the green rock, you're going to be one of our team captains. Green will pick first. You guys can come on up to my left and right, and we'll pick teams for this challenge.
I was very nervous about drawing rocks and being a team captain. That was the one thing I did not want to do. I said it over and over again to everybody, I do not want to be a captain. Sure enough, I get the rock. I can almost feel the paint behind my back as it's in my hand, and I knew it was going to happen.
We picked rocks out of a bag and obviously I turned over a gray rock with no color on it, so I knew I wasn't a captain, but I was thankful because I really didn't want to be put in that position.
JB, your first pick?
my thought process when picking the team was I already knew Justin was a goalkeeper. I knew that we probably needed a goalkeeper, and like from experience, he's actually like athletic and fun to hang around with. Very a good, encouraging guy.
All right, Destiny.
Going into it, I wasn't sure if I was going to pick Danny or not. I knew I wanted to pick Jackie. I met her at the presentation that we had, so we made a connection there. As far as picking went, Danny looked at me and nodded at me not to pick him, but I felt like I needed to so that we had an advantage in votes.
As teams started to get picked, I didn't get picked immediately, which made me a little bit nervous.
Savannah.
But after a while, I knew I wanted to be on the green team based off the way that the team was getting picked.
And our last person gets to pick which team they go on for themselves. You're not automatically going to a team. You have the luxury of deciding where you'll go.
I gotta be honest, I felt like I got old school, schoolyard bullied right there. You know, I felt like, honestly, my thoughts in my head, I really felt like I got picked after the kid on the crutches. So, but it was okay. I said, all right, you know what? I'm gonna make sure I show out in this game, and I'm gonna show them that, you know, picking me dead last was a big mistake. I'll take the green team.
All right, go ahead and join your teammates. On the orange team, we have Carissa, Jackie, Danny, and Destiny. For the green team, we have JB, Justin, Christy, Savannah, and Superman. Hello, my name is Andrew. I'm the host and co-creator of Survive the Challenge. Over at the Newport Richey Recreation and Aquatic Center, we just finished picking our teams for our first ever challenge. I'm excited and proud to introduce you guys to our contestants. Let's get started with the orange team.
Hi, my name is Carissa. I am 24 years old. I'm from Arapahoe, Florida. I am a registered nurse. I'm recently married to my husband, Corey. He's the best. And that's about it. Big Survivor fan. Awesome to do something just like it.
Hi, my name is Jackie. I just put in my 2 weeks at my job, trying to figure out my life. Maybe going back to school in the fall. I honestly don't know at this point yet. I grew up in Newport Richey, lived here my whole life until I went to college. Yeah, that's a little bit about me.
My name is Danny Morse. I am a medical device representative, and I'm local to Newport Richey. My wife is actually in this game, and it's Destiny. I can see that being an advantage, but also a disadvantage.
My name is Destiny Morse. I am a local to Newport Richey. I'm 27 years old. I am a hairstylist, and I'm a mom to 2 little girls. I always grew up an athlete, but as a mom, my athletic parts of me kind of take the back seat, so I've been really excited to compete in this challenge. I am married to Danny, one of the other competitors.
My name is JB. Right now I go to the school called Trinity College of Florida. People know me from Frisbee, more likely Ultimate Frisbee, from one of the awards I win. Right now my career is I work at Target. I'm trying to be a store manager. See how that works out. And also for basketball, I'm still trying to follow my dream. I'm trying to go overseas. Right now I play semi-pro, and I'm a very loving guy. Like, I don't really try to bring nobody down. Love my enemies, love everybody. I don't try to discriminate nobody.
Hi, I'm Savannah. I'm a biology major at the University of Central Florida in Orlando. I'm here to have a great time, and I can't wait to see what's gonna happen.
How y'all doing, world? I'm Mark Superman Kent. Superman, that was a nickname given to me in the weirdest way. Used to get picked on, teased about my name. But anyways, what I do for a living, I've been a personal trainer for the past 14 years. It's a passion. I fell in love with it at age, I was 19 at the time. Got certified when I was 20. The rest is history. I'm also a supervisor for a moving company, but that's my second. Fitness is my #1 love.
Hi, my name's Christy. I'm 22, and I recently moved to Florida from Massachusetts. I love it so far. It's nice and sunny, as you can see. Compared to back home, it's still cold, so perfect. Love it. I moved down to Florida to kind of give myself new opportunities and kind of new experiences for growth. So I'm still trying to figure out what job's the best down here for me. Eventually I want to go back to school to pursue my degrees in psychology. I'm hoping to be a child psychologist once I'm done.
All right, my name is Justin Lawrence. I'm 35 years old. I've been in Florida most of my life, Tampa Bay area, and just been passionate about sports and fitness my whole life. Currently I'm back in school. I'm a psychology counseling major at Trinity College. And I'm the old guy on campus. I'm the goalkeeper for the team as well. I had some eligibility left, so playing soccer for the team. And I'm also juggling a little side job, and I play football as well still too. So staying busy, loving life, and I just love competing.
Survive the Challenge is brought to you by the Newport Richey Recreation and Aquatic Center, sponsored by Urban Air Adventure Park. Our first challenge is going to be Recball. You'll start off by throwing off to the opposing team, at which point they will become the offense.
You can't run while you're passing, which is kind of a challenge. Is when you first get the ball, you feel like you immediately want to start running towards the net.
That was only 3.
but you have to make sure that you stay still.
Mark attempts to run with his ball, costing his team a turnover early in the match.
I'll admit, the first turnover, because I took too many steps, that was on me. I admit that. The second time, I think, was a little controversial, hence why I might have yelled towards the referee, but that's just how I am when games like that.
Each team is fighting for safety in this game. Winners get breakfast and safety. The stakes are high. Oh, Danny steals a catch and throws just off the goal.
So initially, as we heard the rules and what we were thinking athleticism-wise, I'm thinking we had it in the bag. We should be beating them by, easily a few points. And so we started off kind of just trying that whole, hurl it deep to me.
I figured they would be trying to send some of the taller, faster guys down the field and throwing kind of Hail Marys to them to be able to get goals. And we did a really good job as a team of stopping that.
Be calm and composed because they're screaming stall and you only have 10 seconds to throw the ball to the next person.
Stall 1, stall 2, stall 3, stall 4, stall 5, stall 6.
Working hard.
When I was told that it was almost like ultimate frisbee, I have never played that game a day in my life.
The team with the most points at the end will win. You score by placing the ball in the opposing team's goal. And a score by Danny, first goal of the game. Ready whenever, go ahead. Danny takes a shot for the goal. Justin blocks it, but it hits the ground first. Deep pass to Justin from JB, and an easy shot on goal. Nobody in defense for Orange. Justin cleans up. We're 1-1.
I definitely did not see the team forming that we got. Off the bat, I was probably a little overconfident.
So in the first challenge, I think it went really well on our half. Of course, we had the disadvantage of not having a sub or anything like that.
Mark really moving around that field. Superman moving like he's got that super speed. Oh my gosh, a well-fought battle between both teams. The ball eventually comes down.
Picking me dead last was a big mistake. Hell, I scored 2 goals.
Superman really shaking and baking, moving the ball around, creating openings. That's 2 for green, 1 for Orange.
As I brought up about the short passes, and I was kind of thinking dude, we're just gonna beast them. I'm gonna run some 9s. I'm gonna, be like the Randy Moss going deep. And in the beginning, it started playing out that way. It was definitely just pure athleticism. And then all of a sudden, trying to throw that ball accurately, I had a few wide open nets I missed.
B makes a long throw into Justin. Justin slows down and shoots. Oh, but he misses the wide open goal.
They started to form a really good strategy of just kind of closing in on that net.
Carissa, Destiny, and Jackie all did a great job playing goal.
We started out the game not too hot. I don't think we had a strategy going. I mean, we were all putting in our best effort, but there was no strategy.
Possessions are changing really quick. Throw by Jackie, and she scores! Orange ties the game back up at 2-2. Green looking to shake up that tie, looking to turn the game back in their favor. They're moving the ball well. Superman can't find an opening with that defense from Danny. The long pass to Christy, she's looking for a pass. Danny steals it. He's just gonna go for the shot, and it's just off right. Oh man. Did you hear that?
I personally thought it wasn't that great of an idea to move the ball down the field slowly because that gives their time for their defense to block the goal. I figured I have about a 50-50 chance to score if I'm within 20 yards, and I think with the goals that I scored and the ones that I missed, I think it probably turned out to be about 50-50. And
Danny with a long shot, just over the goal. Danny steals it. He's just gonna go for the shot. Danny, either a wild shot or a wild pass, neither worked.
Throughout the game, I feel like Danny, for one, is like a big risk taker, and I see sometimes he would be like don't even want to talk to people or their team after he makes the big risk.
We were talking after the game with our team, and missing those wasn't that big of a deal just because we've played great defense, and it gave us an opportunity to rest.
Another one of those long passes attempted to JB. Danny steals it and scores for Orange. With under 10 minutes left in that game, that could be a critical score. Orange up 3-2.
And I decided that we really needed a strategy. That's what they had, and we didn't have that going for us. So if we wanted to win, we had to come up with something. So I suggested that we do short passes to each other rather than trying to throw it long downfield, because that seemed like that was our weakness, is losing the ball all the way downfield.
So that's when we all just naturally started doing shorter passes. Our communication was really well on where we'd all be.
Green team needed that change of possession. And Savannah scores while Danny's not paying attention, it seems like.
So when I was 17, I was a junior in high school. I had the most fun spring break of my life, where I ended up in the hospital and I was unfortunately diagnosed with diabetes, which is super late if anyone knows anything about diabetes to be diagnosed, you know. So I kind of, you know, went through a really hard time for the next couple of years. I was extremely overweight. You know, I struggled with my image, with the diabetes, with managing my diet, you know, just with everything in general. I mean, even though I had always had a super active lifestyle, it was really hard. Around that same time, you know, just a year later, I ended up going away for college, and I think that's kind of when I figured out that, you know, I wanted to live, and, you know, I wanted to take really good care about myself, because, you know, I did everything academically and I put all, you know, my eggs in being a smart person or whatever, but it was also really important, you know, to be a healthy person and to, you know, put time into, you know, take time out of my day to eat a healthy diet and work out and take care of myself. And, you know, within a year of my first year of college, I ended up losing about like 75 pounds. So that was like a huge thing for me. I started doing HIIT training. You know, I was doing that every single day. I had groups of people I was working out with. I started managing my diabetes, seeing a nutrition. You know, I kept really good care about myself, and, you know, I've kept the weight off for, you know, 3 years now, and I feel healthier than ever, and, you know, I'm doing great with my diabetes. I'm taking really good care of myself. I've been able to manage it all pretty well.
Green team patiently moving the ball back and forth, looking for an opening, while Orange locks out that entire goal. Mark, Superman, puts it in right at the goal line, forces it through the barricade that is the Orange team. Minute and 32 seconds left. And Danny takes a crazy shot off the ground into the goal. Amazing speed.
That's important. How much time we got left?
At 1 minute and 29 seconds, Danny makes a wild, crazy shot that ties his team back up 4-4. Green and Orange now battling for safety in this game and for the reward of food. Neither one of these teams wants to visit our team evaluation and send somebody from their team home. This is a critical time for them to dig deep and fight in this game so that they can earn a victory. I'm sure they both want that delicious breakfast that the winner's gonna earn as well. Savannah makes a deep catch, holding on to the ball for her team. JB makes a shot, but Jackie's able to block it in goal. Only 59 seconds left in this game. You are tied at 4-4. When the ball is dropped, it will have to change possessions. Green team now has the ball. A quick shot by Christy. The green team takes the lead back. It's been shifting in this game. Green is now up 5-4.
All right, so the time was ticking, and honestly, I kept losing track of the score, but I knew that every point counted. So that last play, you know, I got the ball, and I was like, okay, it's now or never, shot it in. Luckily, I made it, and it was a very good feeling. You know, as I said, I forgot the score, but, you know, that 1 point made the huge difference, and we ended up winning, and we didn't have to vote anyone off. We also got some breakfast. I love me some food.
Time is up. That's game, and we have our winners. All right, good sportsmanship out here between our teams. Congratulations to our winning team, the green team. All right, good job, guys. You have won safety at this upcoming first team evaluation. You will not have to vote someone off your team. You have also won some food. We have some early morning breakfast for you guys, some grapes, some strawberries, some muffins. You guys are gonna eat, all right? And that's all I've got for you guys. And you can take your walk, head back to camp.
Honestly, we created a bond already, just after one game.
So, it's unfortunate. Somebody's gotta be our losers. Destiny, why don't you start? Tell me what you feel like happened out there.
I feel like in choosing the teams, it was really hard, but I picked a pretty strong team. I think despite like genders and height, I feel like we had somewhat of a disadvantage, but I definitely felt like we held our own in the competition. We gave it all we had and came up slightly short.
And to Danny's point, Jackie, he said you guys don't have a sub. Do you think that played a big factor for you guys? Were you guys tired?
Oh, I was definitely tired. I think everyone else was too, but you know, they had that advantage and they could sub out and get some rest, and we only had like the intermittent times when the ball went out or the play turned over or whatever.
Like I said, unfortunate that somebody has to lose, but it has to be you guys. Now, our game only lasts one day, so our game has to move really quick. Your first twist in the game is gonna come for you guys right now. I'm gonna ask you guys to vote aloud for one of the four of you to stay behind with me. The rest of you guys will head back to camp. I'm gonna give you guys 1 minute to make that decision between you, to talk for a little bit. That time's gonna start right now.
Okay. I can. Don't know what that means, but YOLO. Yeah, I can, that's fine. So at the end of the first challenge, we were asked to pick somebody that would have to stay back, and we weren't told what for, whether it was good, bad, or anything like that. So I kind of just volunteered. I just thought it would kind of be fun.
We had 60 seconds to make a decision. Carissa, she volunteered to do it, and I definitely didn't want to do it. I assumed nobody would, so when she volunteered, we said yes. We forfeited the last 45 seconds of our decision making, and I felt pretty good about it.
All right, they sacrificed the last 45 seconds of decision. They made it really quick. All right, Destiny, who are you voting for?
Voting aloud.
Carissa.
Chris, you can't vote for yourself.
Destiny.
Carissa.
Carissa.
Jackie? All right, 3 out of 4 for Carissa. Carissa, you'll stay with me. The rest of Orange Team, you can head on back to camp. Go grab some water. Carissa, you have been chosen by your team to stay behind. How do you feel about that?
I'm kind of excited. I feel like I kind of just volunteered because I love Survivor Twist, so.
All right, well, you are going to participate in this very first twist in the game. It's going to be a gamble. Now you can either take a gamble for a reward for yourself, or you can take a gamble for a reward for your team that just chose to leave you here.
I ended up getting the option between an individual immunity or a team immunity, and I chose the team just because I feel like it's so early on, like I need to establish my roots, have some people work with me so I don't go home too early. And then after that, I was given 2 options. One was a negative advantage and one was a positive advantage, and I didn't know which one, and I kind of just guessed and I picked the right one. So hopefully this helps us out in the next advantage or the next challenge. 45-second head start in challenge number 2. Oh, yeah.
All right, so you earn your team an advantage in the next challenge, should you be there to compete in it. You still have to attend the first actual vote.
Okay.
All right, so we'll head back to camp. Congratulations. Survive the Challenge is brought to you by the Newport Richey Recreation and Aquatic Center, sponsored by Urban Air Adventure Park. I'm Andrew, host of Survive the Challenge. Now, we just got back from our first ever challenge of Recball. It was very exciting to watch. Both teams fought really hard. Ultimately, our green team came out on top. Now, both teams are coming back to right here, where we're gonna have a shared camp for them. The green team is gonna get to enjoy a delicious breakfast of fruits and pastries. The orange team is just gonna have to sit and watch while they're tired and hungry. Let's see what happens.
I think it's nice to win and get food, obviously, because one, it keeps up morale within the team, but it is difficult to sit right in front of the other team and watch them, or have them watch us eat all the food and not be able to give them anything. It made me feel bad, and it kind of, if I was the other team, I'd feel like a little bit of a hatred and jealousy for them. So I hope they don't feel any type of way. I did try and let them know that if I could have given them food, I would have.
the other team was right near us while we were eating it, so it was kind of like, you know, putting salt in the wound for them. But, you know, we won fair and square, so we weren't obviously like bloating about it or anything like that. We also didn't want to eat too much, but we wanted to eat enough because we weren't sure if, you know, when we were going to eat next. But we also didn't want to be too full to where it's going to like just weigh us down in the next challenges. I know that I enjoyed strawberries, you know, hydrate a little bit, as well as eating something that's not too filling. I know I had one of those little cupcake brownie things. I had to.
If we would have won, I wouldn't, to be honest, I wouldn't know who to take off the team. Like, that's very hard. Like, that, we all, like, I like the team we have. Like, once again, like, that's very, like, we had very good communication, chemistry, bringing each other up. It would be very devastating to have to vote one of them guys off. I would probably be like, yo, host, you're gonna have to vote out, because I don't know who. Like, it was very hard. It was hard.
Can I talk about the challenge?
Yeah, let's do
I have
that.
words about the challenge.
There were a few things that weren't my favorite. I definitely think there was a lot of hitting, shoving, stuff like that.
I personally got bodied by JB a lot, and like he was pretty aggressive, just in general, but it like affected me a lot. I was like, oh my gosh, like, the heck, nothing got called, which, I mean, I guess that's like part of the game too, you know, like they're not gonna stop the play for everything, but I was like, are you kidding? Sometimes, so those are my words. Honestly, I would vote JB out if I could. And if we merge, he'll definitely be on my list of people to get out, because I think he's an aggressive player, like physically, and I mean, I don't know how he'll be in like the other challenges or what the other challenges will be, but I think he's like a strong player for sure. And now I have beef with him. I don't know if he knows this, but personally I have beef with him, so.
Can you like hang out there and relax like you could in a chair?
So I have a lot of thoughts going into team evaluation. I didn't think that the game would start this way, as far as, you know, a lot of strategy right off the bat, but being on Destiny's team is part of it. And then I feel good about a final three with Destiny, Jackie, and I.
In terms of team evaluation, it's been tough because me, Danny, and Destiny created a final three alliance already.
We don't know Jackie, but we've met her a couple times before, so we think I feel good about that. However, you know, the three girls did just go off to the bathroom together. That's obviously a place I can't go, so I hope that they want to keep the tribe strong.
The talk amongst the team for the team evaluation, we're all kind of nervous because we all felt like we did really well. So I feel like it's kind of like no one's like necessarily working together to team against one person yet. So I feel like it's kind of just gonna be up in the air, to be honest. I made sure I told everyone what happened, and hopefully that kind of saves me a spot so I don't go home too early. But I really have no idea what's gonna happen. It could be anybody.
With Carissa getting an unknown advantage, you know, she came and told us that she was given the option between a team advantage and an individual advantage, and she told us that she took the team advantage. Now, I'm suspicious of that. However, she did show us a card that said that there's a 45-second head start. However, it does not say team on there. So it's a good strategy on her part, feeling that she might be on the outs, to say that she got a team advantage as opposed to having an individual advantage.
I was wondering if it was a team advantage, or if it really was a team advantage, or an individual. Well, it didn't say team on it, but I guess we're competing as a team. Yeah.
She told us that the advantage is 45-second head start in our next competition. When she said that, I didn't believe her. I thought for sure she had a safety rock, and that she would have chose individual. But then she had pulled out the piece of paper that had her advantage, saying that it was a 45-second advantage. So at that point, I knew that she didn't have a safety rock. Of course, my nerves still got to me, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like hopefully she doesn't still have one.
Survive the Challenge is brought to you by the Newport Richey Recreation and Aquatic Center, sponsored by Urban Air Adventure Park.
I'm Aaron, director and co-creator of Survive the Challenge, and we're about to head to our first ever team evaluation. Here, the contestants are going to vote out the first player of the game. When a player is voted out, they're going to form what's called the bench. The bench, at the end of the game, will vote for the winner out of the remaining contestants.
Welcome to our first ever team evaluation in our first season of Survive the Challenge. At this vote, one of you will be cut from the game, you'll be cut from your team, your game will come to an end. You guys are going to walk down one at a time and vote for the person you want to exit this game. So this is really exciting. I'm excited. Are you guys nervous? Let's start with one of you guys. Let's start with Carissa. Are you guys nervous to talk here, or is there a political thought process going on when you respond to these questions?
I don't know, I don't think the person's gonna go home today is because of any specific reason. It's kinda, I feel like somebody has to go.
Danny, is that true? Do you feel like it's a shot in the dark and anybody could get hit today?
Well, I definitely agree with what Carissa says. I mean, I think we all like each other. I feel like this is a strong team. I think we performed really well, especially being down one person. And unfortunately, being down one person, we have to lose another person right now. So it's just unfortunate.
So Destiny, you picked a team, and obviously you picked a team that lost. Do you feel like that's going to play a role here for you at all tonight? How does that play into things?
I think it could, but I do think that the team that I picked, I think that everybody on the team likes the team that I picked.
So as far as Destiny's picks goes, I was a little surprised. You know, we had talked before the game, obviously, about how we were going to play, whether we would try to play together or not. It seemed like she wanted to not be on my team, so I was surprised that she picked me right off the bat. And then as far as the other picks go, I was surprised that she didn't pick any other guys that may be taller for this game. We all thought it was going to be a disadvantage in the game, but I was really surprised and happy with how our team played.
Or all of you agreed for Carissa to stay behind after the challenge. Now, Jackie, what went on? Did she talk to you guys when she came back to camp?
Yeah, she did. She told us exactly what happened, and I'm not going to reveal that, obviously, but she was very honest with us, and yeah, she told us exactly what happened.
Why aren't you going to reveal it, if you don't mind me asking?
Because it's a team thing, and I'm not trying to let the other team know because they're here with us. And she got us a 45-second advantage to the next challenge, so that's awesome. But then she showed it to us too. She's like, I have it, this piece of paper. I'm not lying to you guys. So then that makes it tough for us to vote her out.
I think I'll be voting for Jackie, not necessarily because she did anything wrong or anything like that. Like, everyone's doing so great, it's hard to choose it. We just have to choose somebody. So.
Carissa, now a little bit different thing that you guys had to experience was sharing a camp with your enemy team. Now, how did that affect the game? Was there talking between the teams when you went back?
I don't think there was any strategic talking during camp. I feel like more just mingling personality-wise, which is also good, trying to establish some type of relationship in the event that the game does change, but I don't think anything necessarily strategy-wise.
Jackie, is there anything that's been said so far, or that could be said moving forward, that would change your vote that you had walking into this?
I don't think so. I think it's really hard to tell after just one event or challenge. So you can't really base it off of that, I think, because like we said, we did our best, and I think we did a pretty good job, especially being at the one person down disadvantage. So yeah, it just kind of has to be done. It's the game. So.
Has there been any talk between you guys about what the next challenge might be, and is that affecting what you guys are planning moving forward?
Yeah, we talked as a team. We talked about our individual strengths and what we're good at, what we're bad at, and we're curious to see if there's any puzzle competitions coming up, or if it's going to be another competition. So it may play a role.
Carissa, you are one of 3 girls on your team, obviously a majority. How does that affect the vote you guys are about to go into? Has that been talked about at all?
No, I don't really think so, because we all have different strengths. Clearly, he did fantastic physically, and I don't think we necessarily did bad physically, but we all kind of admitted that that wasn't necessarily our strength. We have strengths in other areas. No, so I don't really think that changes my vote at all.
Now, Danny is the only guy on the team. Does that feel good to hear that you might be a source of physical strength for the team?
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret I'm the only guy on the team. Obviously, this is our first team evaluation, so I don't think anybody feels comfortable. So I guess we'll see what happens.
You all played hard. I'm proud of you guys. Now, unfortunately, we do have to vote one of you guys out of the game. You did your best. Carissa, you got the dirt on your knee to show how hard you played. Congratulations, even though you guys are here. Time to vote. Danny, you head out first. And with Destiny, that's the final vote. I'll go grab the votes. If anyone has a safety rock, now would be the time to play it. Let's read the votes. Carissa, that's 1 for Carissa. Jackie, that's 1 for Jackie. Carissa, 2 for Carissa, 1 for Jackie. Now for our final vote. First person voted out of our game, Carissa. All right, hand in your bandana. Your game is over. All right, head on out. And that's 4, down to 3. You guys have an uphill road ahead of you. Looking forward to see you guys fight the whole way. You can head on out. Survive the Challenge is brought to you by the Newport Richey Recreation and Aquatic Center, sponsored by Urban Air Adventure Park.
Just want to say good luck to everybody. I hope they all have fun. It was really a fun experience while it lasted. I kind of played too social too early on, so that kind of got me kicked out. But yeah, my plan was kind of just pick somebody. Everyone did really good, and I felt like anyone would have been good to have going on. Being on the same team as Danny and Destiny, I didn't really notice that there was any dynamic there. I don't know if they personally were able to communicate easier, and I didn't notice that, but I personally like working with them. I didn't notice anything.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I am going to be the host for Survive the Challenge, and I am very excited to address our audience. Thank you guys for watching. This has been so much fun already. It's been a great journey. When the morning started, I was very nervous. I didn't know how this was going to go. I've been a big fan of competition series similar to this, and the host has a really important job. So I knew that a lot was resting on my shoulders, but it's also a very exciting job, and you get the best seat in the house when it comes to watching challenges and watching all the social game and the evaluations and watch people get voted out. It's a great spot to be in.